G'day everybody. Today I just want to give you a couple of really easy to follow tips that even Mr. Magoo could follow to help you make your animal photography really pop. So watch on. Rightio folks, you may have noticed that it's quite windy today. I do apologise if there's any background noise. I'm set up as deep in the forest in a little bit of a sunken area as I can get. Every day is windy at the moment and it's driving us mad, but hopefully there's not too much background noise. Animal photos. Whether you're taking photos of your pet dog, your cat, birds out in the wild, which I'm doing today, or any sort of animal, it doesn't really matter. There's just a couple of tips that will really help lift the quality and the standard of your photos. The first one I want to mention is the eyes. It's all about the eyes. These bits. But seriously folks, it's all about the eyes. The eyes have to be sharp. You can photograph your dog or your cat. You can have, it doesn't matter if the ears are blurry, it doesn't matter if the nose is a bit blurry, it certainly doesn't matter if the tail end of the dog is blurry or the cat is blurry. The eyes have to be sharp. As long as the eyes are sharp, you can get away with the photo. If your eyes in the photo aren't sharp, then forget it, the photos are right off. You'll never ever make a good quality photo of an animal of any kind if the eyes are blurry. Even if the ears are really sharp or the end of the nose is really sharp, if the eyes are blurry, then forget it. You need to go and take another photo. You have to get the eyes sharp. It doesn't matter if you get the whole head sharp, it doesn't matter if you get the whole animal sharp, but the eyes have to be sharp. And that goes with birds, any sort of photo you want to take. Make sure the first tip is to get the eyes sharp. The second tip is just a basic compositional tip or composition tip. It's got nothing to do with any camera settings. You can achieve this in manual, automatic. It doesn't matter what mode in your camera you are in, or whether you're using an SLR or any sort of camera. This is quite a basic tip, and it's a tip that's very easy to follow. And that is to always give your subject space. If you're photographing a bird and it's looking straight at you, then you can put the bird in the center of the photo and that's fine. You can put the bird off to the center a little bit like that and that's still going to be okay. Doesn't matter which side, if it's facing straight. But if it's got its head turned on an angle like that, then you need to give that bird something to look into. Or a dog even. If you're photographing your pet dog, you need to give it somewhere to look into. And these basic tips apply with people as well. Now let's say you're taking a photo of me, right? And I'm standing here, you're trying to get a nice photo, I'm looking all hardcore. It's no good me standing like this. That just looks stupid. All of that space behind me becomes wasted space. I'm not looking into that. That's a natural thing for us humans to look in front of the person to see what we're looking at. It's almost like it's our gossiping instinct. We want to know what the subject's actually looking at. We don't just want to see the subject. So if I stand like that, what sort of photo is that? That's a terrible photo. But if I stand way back over this side, like that, it's not so bad. Probably a little bit close to the edge, so about there. You get away with that. If I'm looking that way, you can see I've got space to look into throughout the photo. But when I'm over here, all that becomes wasted space. So give the animal somewhere to look into. Now have a look at these next three photos. I've got a photograph of a bird that I've taken recently. I'm going to crop it three different ways so that you can see the different effect that the same photo has by giving the bird somewhere to look into. I'm not going to make any other adjustments to the photo other than to crop it three different ways so that you can see which way the bird's looking. Now, this is the first one. Have a look at this. This is incorrectly composed because the bird's looking straight out of the photo. Bloody dunny budgies are driving me mad. Sorry. Now, this is the perfect photo because the bird is looking right through the whole photo. It's the same photo, but I've cropped it differently. Righto, so this is the worst and the best. And this is the common one that most people take. You can get away with it, but you can improve it by putting the bird off center. This is the common one that most people take. That was okay. But it wasn't perfect, was it? So always put your animal off center and give it room to look into. Right, so this goes for all sorts of animals. This goes for running animals as well. If you're photographing a dog and it's running, give it room to run into. Don't have it running off the edge of the photo like that. Have it back here running through the photo. A bird, if you've got a bird flying or soaring, give it space to fly into. If it's hovering like a hawk and it's got its head turned back and it's looking at something back behind it like that, put it up that way so that it's looking through the photo. So keep the eyes sharp, folks, and always give your subject room to look through the photo. They are two of the most basic compositional tips that you will ever get, and they will really help bring out the best in your wildlife photos. I hope you found these basic tips helpful. If you have, by all means, please feel free to share them anywhere in any of your photography pages or photography groups, because it is not rocket science. Nothing with Robbie Alexander is rocket science, because Robbie Alexander is not smart enough. I hope you liked it. Thank you very much for watching.